You guys, you've been waiting for this video. You've been waiting patiently for this, and I appreciate it. And yes, my mic was muted, so I say thank you guys. You guys been waiting for this video, and let's get into it. So, Deku had to face the toughest challenge of all, Technoblade. Technoblade's old, but his skills have never ever dulled. Like the blade, he is the blade. And that's when Deku starts making his journey. He mines down to get some diamond boots, and he has some nether ingots. He took about 13 from Slat. Slat being the tyrant he is, orders zombies and skeletons to find Dream and kill his reincarnation. And that's when Deku had some diamond boots, but his chest plate was iron, and his legs were iron, and he had a diamond helmet. He said, "This is all I got." Deku grabs an axe, and he makes his way to Technoblade's temple. It takes him 3 months to get there, but he finally got there. As he gets there, he sees Technoblade meditating, and Technoblade says, "So, Dream, you've come for the blade, I see." Deku's like, "No, I'm not Dream. My name's Deku, but I prefer to go as Dream, as my grandfather." And Technoblade's, I see. So you're his reincarnation and grandson. Interesting. Dream sent me here in case one of his descendants was worthy enough to challenge me. Are you worthy enough to challenge me, boy? Deku says, "I'm ready than ever." Technoblade brings out his trident and his sword. Both of them been clashing. You can hear the two weapons clinging together. As they start clinging, they make a shockwave across the world, because this is how epic the battle is. There's storms there, just making storms, because Deku, compared to Dream, Deku's surpassed Dream. Now Deku's toughest challenge will be try to defeat Technoblade with just his guts and will alone. I'm sorry, guys. I should have made that better, but I'm sorry. If you guys like this video, please drop a smash like on that button. If you guys really like this video, I will do more, because you know I love Dream. And guys, tell me in the video, am I doing a good job this what if? Because if you guys tell me, if you guys say yes, I am happy. Anyway, I'll get on to it. As the two are huffing and puffing, because they've been going at it for hours, Deku put all his might in his axe, and he cut Technoblade. He slashed the Technoblade's arm. Technoblade says, "Well done, you've passed the trial." Deku's like, "Good, because I don't know how long I could have kept going." Technoblade says, "You're not like Dream. You're more stronger than him. You are even surpassed him." Deku's like, "No shit." Technoblade offers Deku his hand. Deku grabs Technoblade's hand, pulling Deku up. And Deku says, "So what now?" Technoblade says, "Well, your training will begin. You'll be training here for 2 years." But Deku says, "What about Slat?" Technoblade says, "Don't worry about him. You make sure his operations are thwarted. So it will take him at least 3 years to get those up. So we can waste 2 years on training." Deku starts training for 2 years. His body is taller, stronger than it ever was before. During those 2 years, Deku gains some new skills. After his training was complete, Technoblade said, "You've passed your trial. Now, are you ready to take my power?" Deku says, "Yes," kneeling down, and Technoblade holding the trident, summoning lightning. And Technoblade gives Deku the spear, and then lightning strikes Technoblade, transferring the power to Deku like a huge stroke of electricity going off like a reactor. Amounts of electricity is going towards Deku, and Technoblade slowly turns to dust. I'm not saying turns to dust, but he's becoming one with Deku. As this process is done, Deku feels stronger, faster, even more aware of his surroundings than ever. Even his skills are better. Deku saw that the thing was there was Technoblade's sword in the stone. Deku went to the sword, and he pulled it, and it said, "You are worthy." And the whole temple began crumbling, because Technoblade's power was the only thing sustaining that. And Deku walking away like a badass. As the temple crumbles, Slot senses that Technoblade's no longer in the realm, and Slot also senses someone even more powerful, more skilled, more calm. Slot's scared of this. I want to see how long my video is, guys. A minute. 6 minutes? Okay, guys. I have to make this 17 minutes for your guys' entertainment. So, yep. Slot began to order something really drastic. He called up Herobrine, the very entity that haunts Minecraft. And this is when Deku will encounter Herobrine. Deku makes his way down the temple, and he's heading towards Slot's palace or kingdom, because he is ready to kill Slot. Something was not right. Every time he walked forward, he kept going back and back. Deku realized that it must be him, Herobrine. Deku said, "Herobrine, show your face." Herobrine popped out right in front of Deku, and he's laughing like, "I can't let you disturb Slot, because I like his work. He's making everyone suffer in this world." Deku's like, "You shouldn't make people suffer. Government is just stupid taxes and everything." And Herobrine's like, "He sounds a lot like Techno." Deku says, "That's right. I have my great grandfather's strength, dream, and Technoblade's very powers mixed together, and I surpassed both of them." And Herobrine's like, "You're not him. Only the blade could kill me." Deku says, "You want to bet that?" Deku pulls out Technoblade's legendary sword, and they start blurring it out. Mountains are being destroyed, because since Herobrine's flying, Deku's trying to fly. Deku's teleporting right behind Herobrine's back. Every time he is nailing it. Deku stabs Herobrine's arm, and Deku gets pushed off to the ground. But Deku grabs a fishing hook, grabs onto Herobrine with his fishing hook, and lets go of it as he hits the ground like softly, stopping the impact so he doesn't take down his health bar. Herobrine's like, "Huh, you think this wound won't heal itself?" But something was not right. Herobrine looked at the wound. It wasn't healing. He was like, "No, only one blade can do that. Only Technoblade does." And Deku says, "I know, and this is his blade." And Herobrine's shocked. He's like, only he could wield it." Deku's like, "No. Only those people are worthy of wielding it and have a sense of passion and kindness are able to wield it and are worthy. And my worthiness for it is the same as Technoblade's." And Herobrine's like, "What?" So Herobrine didn't want Slack to fail, so Herobrine was flying straight towards Deku. He grabbed Deku and teleported him away, like like really like miles away from Slat. It will take Deku almost like 2 years to get back where he was. And Herobrine's like, there, that should get you away from Slat. Deku's like, Herobrine! And all of a sudden it started to rain. Because Herobrine sent Deku to where it was raining. And then Deku used Technoblade's spear and was going straight towards Herobrine. And then Deku grabbed Herobrine's sword, stabbing to Herobrine's leg. Herobrine crashing down into a mountain as it was raining. He's gasping for air. What the hell is this? This can't be possible. Technoblade couldn't even be able to defeat me, so how are you able to defeat me? Deku walks right in front of, like, Herobrine, looking down on him. Deku is. And Deku says, no. I am past Technoblade. He may not be able to defeat you back then, but I am able to defeat you. And that's when Deku stabbed his sword in Herobrine's face, killing him. As the rain stopped, the sun was shining down on Deku, like he was the worthy one out of all the Minecraft server. And Deku swore to make sure Slat paid with his life. And this is what Deku's coming out. This is Herobrine. See that sparkles? That's Herobrine turning to that. As Deku turns around, Herobrine's body begins turning to, his body just turning to dust, blue dust and particles coming off of him. When Deku could grab the particles and the experience, Deku's power went immense. His experience levels went way beyond the normal level. It was at the max. It was infinity when he killed Herobrine. So Deku's experience is at infinity. And Deku's can never be beaten now, since he killed the most powerful person in the Minecraft server. Herobrine has finally been defeated and killed, having to Deku, I am bestowing him the name the Godslayer, because Herobrine was an absolute god. Sorry guys, I'm like really deep into this. Please, I'm not getting into the video here. I'm gonna keep going, but I want you guys to have opinions if I should add, I'm gonna add 2 fox girls in this what if, okay? They're new to Minecraft. They're not new to Minecraft. They've always been there, but they've just been in fear for all their life. So yeah, I want to see how long this is. Okay. Anyway, I'll continue the video. Deku makes his way down the mountain. His wounds are starting to kind of heal, but he's still in bad shape. He has a bit of food, but it's helping him recover. But his body was undergoing some changes. He was going into the woods, and he just blacked out. When he woke up in a house, and he saw like a fox's tail. But it wasn't a fox's tail. It was a fox girl. And Deku heard legends of these people. Fire foxes only help those who are in need of incredible healing. And those have known of kindness. The fire fox said, "Oh, you're awake. I didn't expect this. My name is May." Deku's like, "My name's Dream." The fire fox says, "Yes. Your name's Dream, eh? Oh, okay. My sister's out right now, so, cause she was the one who found you, and she brought you here. And you look like you're recovering slowly, but you look like you're in pretty bad shape." Dream said, "I am pretty bad shape. I just don't know how to feel at this. Oh yeah, and Slat's army's like beginning to make the nether portal, but Slat miscalculated because his army has to go get some more obsidian, and that's miles away. Because he's building a mech basically, and that's gonna take him 2 years. So that 1 year, he's gonna have the mech's like body, but he doesn't have the power source. So I know what the power source is, but anyway. May said, "Well, at least you're all right." Dream says, "Yeah, I'm a hero after all." May's like, "A hero? What kind of hero are you?" Deku says, "I'm the hero that slayed Herobrine." May like drops like glasses, and she's like, "You what?" Dream said, "Do I have to repeat myself? I killed Herobrine." May's like, "That's not possible. Only the only person that could manage to do that and failed was Technoblade." Deku says, "I am Technoblade. I bested him, and he trained me. My grandfather trained me. It's just that I'm just hurting all over my body." And he's like, "That's not possible." And Deku said, "It's okay. I know this is coming as a shock, but this is how I become this strong." As Deku like lies back down and goes to sleep, like May's like, "What is this person's strength to be able to beat a god like that? I still don't believe it, but what's that? Wait, what's that he's holding?" She looks at the blade and she looks at the name. "I am the blade." She's like, "That's Technoblade's blade. That's the legendary hero of Technoblade. It's true. He really is his student." And Emily gets back and she says, "Sis, I'm home." Emily's like rushing to her sister, like, "Emily, Emily." And Emily's like, "Whoa, what's wrong, May?" It's the guy you brought. You didn't tell me. Did you know that this guy was Technoblade's student?" Emily's like, "No, I didn't." And the fox girl that was named May, her tail is like red and white, like foxes, but her sister's is like a white, basically. And I might ship them. If you guys want me to ship them, I will. Anyway, Deku's body begins going on a changing. He's growing. He gets a bit more taller. His muscles are getting more like buffer, and he's becoming more aware and more wise, and more. I don't even know how to describe it. More gutsy than usual, and more confident in his abilities. And it took Deku 2 weeks to wake up. Deku wakes up, he's like, "Oh, where am I?" May's like, "Oh, you're awake." And she says, and Dream says, "Where am I?" And May says, "Oh, you don't remember?" Deku's like, "I remember you. Oh, I don't remember Amy." Amy's like sitting on, like, she's like sleeping upstairs. Amy's Amy's like sleeping upstairs. May's like saying, "Oh, well, she's sleeping upstairs, you see." Deku's like, "I have a question for you, May." May's like, "Yes? Where are your parents?" May like puts her tail down, and she says, "They were killed by such men. They sacrificed their lives just to hide us from them and make sure we had a decent life." Deku says, "Is there any more of you left?" She says, "No, we're the last of our kind." Deku says, "I see. You think I'm from another world," Deku says. And May's like, "Wait, you're from another world?" Deku's like, "Huh, I am, actually. I'm from a world where everything's more advanced. We don't have, like, these blocks, you see." May's like, "Wait, really? What's it like?" And he's like, "Well, my world, we have a peak release called quirks. They give us powers to fly, to make electricity, to make thunder, and to even out extreme strength. She's like, that's pretty cool. Deku's like, it's not really cool if a person's quirkless like me. She says, what's quirkless? Deku teaches to explain how people are quirkless and they're looked down upon. They are looked down upon by heroes, that they're just disgusted that quirkless people are just useless. And she says, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Deku says, it's fine. I just don't like talking about it. And by the way, my name is, I prefer my name to be called Dream, okay? He says, okay, Dream. May, and begins to say, like, oh, May, he must went through a lot of trouble. And Deku told her a story how about his parents abandoned him and just threw them into a well. And May's kind of sad by this, because they threw such a nice and kind child in there. But when you look at him, he looks with that mask. This is the first time Deku's taken off the mask. May sees Deku's face, but it's more handsome, more refined, more hopeful. And when you look at the face, you feel like there's hope and joy in what you're doing. May's like blushing at this. Is like, why did you take off your mask? Deku's like, you want to see my face, don't you? She's like, not right now. Put it back on. Deku says, all right. Deku puts on the mask back on. She's like, God damn that hotness. She's like saying in her head. I'm doing this until I get 17 minutes. Oh, it's 21 minutes. Okay. A few more stories, guys, and then I'm wrapping up the video. I really want to do this video more. As Deku gets up, he like says to May, like, May, do you guys want any food? May's like, no, we barely have any food, actually. And Amy is the hunter, but she's like really tired today. Deku's like, I'll be back with food. May's like, but in your condition, like, I'm already healed, so there's nothing, don't worry about me. Deku leaves the door and closes it, and he goes hunting for pigs, cows, sheep. He gets all the food, and he has a sharp fire aspect sword. He cooks the food. No, he doesn't cook the food. He brings the food back raw. And Deku gets back, and May's like, what took you so long? It's almost sundown. Deku drops a bag, and it's filled with meat and vegetables and supplies. And she's like, how are you so good? Deku says, well, I did train in the mountains with Technoblade, so he did teach me how to survive in the wilderness by myself. She's like, oh. And Amy wakes up. She's like, sis, is there any food left over? And Amy like opens her eyes when she's like yawning. He's like, oh, you're awake. Dream says, yeah, I'm awake. It's nice to meet you, Amy. Thanks for saving me. Amy says, it's no problem. It's just you look taller and more buffer than usual. And Dream says, yeah, it's just that I've just been going under certain transformation since I killed Herobrine. She's like, wait, you killed Herobrine? Deku's like, yes, I did, May. Because May is the one who said that. Amy's like, has her like jaw drop. She's like, ah. Amy's like, but that's impossible. How did you defeat him? Deku says, with the help of this blade Technoblade gave me. She's like, that would explain why it says I am the blade. And this is where Deku tells them the story how he was abandoned. Well, she already told May, but now he's telling Amy how he was abandoned and everything. And Amy's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Deku's like, it's fine. Besides, are you the big sister? And she says, yes, I am, Dream. And Deku's like, okay, and this must be the little sister. And he's like, hey, I may be little, but I have my quirk. I have my kinks. I have my thick, like, kinks, at least. Not actual kinks. I meant to say something like, I have my quirks. or whatever. Anyway. Because that's to say, if Deku goes back to My Hero Academia world, his power is going to be beyond past All Might. It's going to be past beyond All Might. If All Might transfers is like, if his All Might power keeps growing and growing, yeah, it'll be nothing like that. If he's like has new successors, like his successor and his successor, yeah, there will be nothing compared to Deku, because Deku is an absolute god. His strength can, since you know what, he can actually kill a dragon in one hit, just a fist. No, he can just flick it and it'll be dead. That's how powerful he is. And I'm kind of giving Deku the ability to fly, but he will have to learn it. And this is why I'm going to be ending off the video for today. But, however, May and Amy want to say something to you guys. Hey guys, if you really love this channel, support it. And May's like, yes please. And Dream's like, hey, if you guys want to see more content like this, I'll be down for it. But however, smash that like button if you really love my videos. It really supports the channel, and I really don't care for subscribers. I just really like you guys' support. I'll talk to y'all later.